Hey guys, how are you? How are you guys doing with the quarantine? I'm back with another tutorial. I'm trying to take advantage of this time to share more knowledge with you guys. Today we're going to be doing a tutorial using the Jeffree Star Morphe palette, which I just got during this quarantine. And the colors are stunning. I cannot wait to play with it. But I wanted to let you guys know that I started this tutorial already with my brows done, as you can see. That's the only thing I have done. I have nothing on my skin. If you want to see how I do my brows, go ahead and click on the link right here, and that'll show you in detail how I do my brows. So let's jump right into the video. So I always start with my eyes. As you can see, I have nothing on my face, so you can see all of my blemishes. Been breaking out lately, trying to keep it under control. Today I will be using the Lejemalik brush set. I'm gonna use the complete set so you guys can see how you can use all of the brushes from the beginning of your look to the end of your look. So here are my brushes. Here I like to keep in this smaller cup all of my eye brushes, and in the bigger cup I like to keep all of my face brushes. You get 15 brushes in the set and you're able to do your makeup from A to Z. So since I've already done my brows, I'll just show you guys here. You have the double-ended spoolie and angled brush for your brows. This is what you can use to create brows like this. You can use this side with your soap to shape your brows, and then you can use your dip brow with this part. Then, like I said, the kit is complete, so everything from details to the bigger things you can complete with this brush set. So another brush that I'm obsessed with is this little concealer brush. So this brush here, I like to use it with my Bobbi Brown concealer, and I take a little bit of that concealer on this. You see how flat that is? It's a synthetic brush, so you can get really close in there to clean up your brows. You take a little bit at the tip of your brush and then just wipe right underneath it. Watch the tutorial and you'll see how I do it there. All right, so those are 15 brushes, 2 brushes down. All right, let's move on. So I'll begin this makeup look by applying my MAC paint pot in soft ochre. And I'm going to be using a concealer brush for this. I'll use this for my concealer, but then since I like to use it for my paint pot, obviously this is gonna get, it's gonna get a little hard on there if I'm not cleaning it each time. So definitely invest in this. It's already gone from here. I usually buy the big bottle and fill this one up, but this is a Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. You guys, it's the best brush cleaner you'll ever purchase. I'm telling you, this is all I use in my salon. I've been using this for years. It dries really quickly. It's my favorite. Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. All right, so I'm gonna take my concealer brush and I'm gonna take a little bit of that MAC paint pot, and we're gonna begin by evening out your base here. And what I love about this paint pot here is that it covers up all of the darkness, as you can see, and creates a nice clean base for you to apply your eyeshadow. I keep it very thin, a very sheer layer. You don't want it too heavy. It's also going to make all your eyeshadows stand out. Let's do that on the other eye. You guys, if this is the first time that you are watching a video of mine, please comment below and let me know that you're a new subscriber. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I'm trying my best to update my YouTube channel and create more content for you guys. If you know me from when I was still Eyes on You makeup, I get a lot of people who message me and say, oh my God, I was following you when you were Eyes on You makeup, which is insane. You guys are awesome. I started YouTube back in like 2009, and I don't know, I got busy with like bridal clients and whatnot, and so like kind of just like stopped doing YouTube. But I know a lot of girls who reached out to me and said that I inspired them to be makeup artists, which is so humbling, so amazing. Like it makes me so happy. Yeah, so like I miss doing YouTube, to be honest. I miss you guys, and I'm glad that I have this time now to come back and like share with you guys what has changed over the years. Obviously, if you look at my old videos, a lot has changed. So we're gonna go into the Morphe and Jeffree Star palette. Look how gorgeous these colors are, guys. These are stunning. I am so excited for this palette. I decided to go with kind of like a smoky green look. But we're just gonna play with this palette and see where we go with it. All right, these are the 3 eyeshadow brushes from the Lejemalik makeup brush set. I'm gonna be using E1. I numbered them E1, E2, E3, so you know what step goes first. So I did the same thing with the skin brushes. So for the face, you have F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, and that goes like foundation, concealer, powder, contour, blush, and highlight. So they're numbered in order of how you use them. All right, so we'll begin first. I like to create like a nice clean base right beneath my brow bone. So I'm gonna go in with the color Lin. That's this neutral color right over here, that one. And I'll be applying that right at the bottom here, right at, close to the brow bone right there. And then I'll bring it down where my next, I'll bring it down to where my eyeshadow will transition. And this will help give you a beautiful blend to your transition color. You don't want to apply it in this area because you still want that part to be tacky. With the E2 brush, I'm going to go into the color Boss Angels, and I'm going to apply that to the outer portion of my lids. And I'm going to begin right in this corner here and blend that up and out. There's a few techniques. Some people like to go in with a heavy hand and then like create a shape and blend it out. Personally, I like to go in soft and build on it. So you do the technique that works best for you. And you see, because we've applied a little bit of that nude beigeish color right over here, I'm able to blend this out into it without getting any harshness. Without putting any more product on my brush, I'll just continue blending up and out. Leaving the base, or like the most of the color, will be right in this area here. And this is what it should look like so far. Now I'm going to go in with the E3 brush, which is a little bit more tapered, so it'll give me more control of where I apply my color. And the color Hi Dude, right over here, it's this beautiful brown. And I'm going to apply that right in that outer corner. And I'm pushing that into my crease. As you open your eye, if you tilt your head back a little, you'll be able to see the upper part of your crease. Like you'll be able to like dig this in, if that makes sense, into that crease and go a little bit higher to create a more bigger space here. It'll make your eyelids look a little bigger. Just like that. Do you see the dimension it gave it? When you build your colors, you get more dimension. tilt back, and go right in there. What you can do to help the transition is to switch between the two brushes, between your E2 and your E3. I'm gonna go back with my E2, but I'm not gonna apply any color on it. And I'm just gonna go in there and blend those two colors right where that brown is. And then the other color, which is called Boss Angels, and blend the two together here. You can pull it out. Remember, I don't have anything on my brush. Do the same thing to this eye. Just blend the two colors together so you have a beautiful blend. So now we're going to move on to our lid color, and I'm going to go back into my E1, the flat brush. I like to just go like this, just take off any of that beige tone that was on there. And for the eyelid color, I want to go with a few shades of greens. I'm going to start with Rose With It, which is this beautiful shimmery gold. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that color here. And I'm going to begin by applying that color on the inner corner here. Sorry, I'm not trying to cover this. So I'm just applying that in the inner corner. Trying to make sure you guys can still see what I'm doing. Don't worry if you get a little too much there. We're going to go back in there and clean that up with a concealer anyway. Just want to bring that a little, about quarter into the lid. Once we have that beautiful color right there, we're going to move on to the next color, which is going to be... So I want to create a base for my drive-through, which is this beautiful green here, but I want it to be a little bit more vibrant. So I'm going to apply Nate at this part here, just a little, just so it can give the green a little bit more oomph. And then I'm going to apply drive-through on top. So using the same brush, I'm going to go into the color Nate. It's kind of scary. And I'm going to apply that right over here. Nate is a matte color, and the color I'm going to put on top, which is drive-through, is a shimmery color. Remember, this is just a base to make that green pop a little bit more. Remember what I said, you can use the same brush and clean it in between with the Cinema Secrets, or you can switch brushes to another one, but I just wanted to show you guys how well this cleans your brush and dries so quick. You can use it right away. So obviously this is a white brush, this is a green pigment, so it's stuck on there, but there's nothing coming off of my brush when I wipe it. So now we can move on to the next color, which is drive-through, and it's this beautiful olive green, and we're going to apply that right on that green called Nate. And we're going to pack that on there. And see how it's already muting it, but I still see the green coming through. We're going to continue to pack on drive-through until we get it to look like that. And it's such a beautiful color. It has like these gold reflex on it, which are gorgeous. So just going to take the E2 and just fluff away any extra that got up in here. Now we're going to go in with a black eyeliner at the base here before applying a black eyeshadow. I like to use any gel liner. You can use a gel. My favorite one is the number 77 from Inglot. And I also love this one from LA Girl. So we'll use this one. And we're going to draw a fine line right in here. Right there. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to blend this out. Just like that. And then right after, you want to do one eye at a time because gels usually tend to dry up quickly. So you want to blend it out before it dries out. I'm going to go in now with the E4. So we used E1, E2, E3. This is the E4, and I'm going to use that to smudge my eyeliner. Something I want to show you guys, because this is like something I'm obsessed with, and this is probably like my 100th bottle, is this Inglot Duraline drops. And what I love about it is, like, if you have an eyeliner that's dried in the jar, or like when you're applying it and it's, you know, feeling a little dry, you can take a little tiny drop. Like, I'm not even pressing this, I just like touched my skin. Take that brush, you see there, I'm dipping like so little, I barely have any on my brush, and then just blend that out. It just makes it so much more pliable, like it's so much easier to blend out. Any liner you can do this with, gel liner, pots, pencils, whatever it is. And we're just gonna blend that until we're liking how it looks. And then after you've done this, you can go in with a black eyeshadow. We're going to be using Fast Lane, also from this palette, and top that so it has this intensity. There we go. Gonna go back in. You notice how I like go back into my brushes, right? So like I have the E1, E2, E3, E4 in front of me, and I'm going back into the E3, which is the tapered brush, back into that same brown color. It's called High Dude, and I'm going to intensify and blend the black with that brown. What I also like to do is go back into that first color I used, that's called Boss Angels, this shade right here. I'm gonna, same brush, you can just dust it off, go in and transition that brown into this green right here. I'm so tempted to go in with this glitter called Millions, but I'm not sure because I'm not such a glitter girl. But let's, I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I do it? All right, let's do it. I'm gonna take a little bit of this color here, which is a gold glitter. I'm gonna take a little touch with my finger. I'm not into glitter, so this is a lot for me. And I'm just gonna pop that here just softly. Just like that. You barely see it. Just to give it a hint of light. Let's add a little bit of that right there. What do you guys think? So next, I'm going to be cleaning up under here, and I'll be using a Neutrogena wipe. We're going to use this to clean up underneath my eyes. Wipe any fallout from your face. I'm gonna move on to my skin, do my face, and then come back to finish the eyes. I don't know, that's just the way I like to do it. I'm gonna be using a little bit of the Body Shop Tea Tree Mattifying Lotion because I have super oily skin. This also helps if you have any leftover fallout. When applying this step now, it'll help clean that up. It'll like remove it. And this will soothe your skin because it has tea tree oil in it. It'll keep it nice and matte. I'm gonna go in with the Dior Forever foundation in the color 31. And so now we're left with these brushes here. I have all my face brushes and I have a few more eye brushes left. And you see, I like to use, as I use a brush, I remove it. So you guys can see here that we're going to be using all of the brushes. All right, so this is what we're left with. And I'm going to start first of all by applying my foundation using the Lejemalik foundation brush. Let's put that right there. And so I'm going to buff that into my skin. I like to use it as I go. So like I'll pump what I need, blend that out because I want it to be as sheer as possible. I only did half a pump for my forehead. I don't like to put too much foundation on my forehead. Hijabi problems. I'm going to get this all over our hijab. So let me blend this out. Let my hijab blend it out and show you. After that's beautifully buffed into your skin, I'm going to go in with my concealer and I'll be using the Shape Tape in light medium underneath my eyes. And first I like to use a concealer brush. So this is F2 from the Lejemalik brush set. And I'm going to use that to blend it in. And the reason I love using this brush first is to get it into these little areas where your sponge or your brushes can't get into, right? So, and then here you can go in as close as you want to underneath your eyes and close as you'd like underneath your eyeshadow. So I'm going to carefully buff that into these areas first. You see here, you can go in as close as you want because the brush is so small and detailed, but it's big enough to kind of like, big enough to blend it out. I'm gonna go in here, kind of minimize the nose, bring that up and down. Then I can blend that out, up. Once I've determined exactly where I want this concealer to be, I can go in with a damp beauty blender and press that in. Do the same thing to the other side. Before setting my face, I want to go in with a little bit of a cream contour. So I'm going to go in with the color Deep and F4, my contour brush. And I'm just going to apply a little bit of that. So I'm just going to get a little bit at the tip. You see very, very little at the tip of my brush. And find the hollows and just going to add a little bit of warmth to my skin. These brushes can be used for wet or dry. So I'm going to contour with a liquid. I'm also going to contour with a powder. And I'm going to do the forehead. So I like to go in with 2 layers of concealer. The first layer was to cover up my dark circles. And then now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a lighter color. This is light neutral to add some brightness. So very little this time. And I'm just going to use my sponge. Now immediately before my concealer creases, I will dry up my sponge here to remove any excess products or water from it. And I'm going to go in with the MAC Mineralized powder in the color Light Plus. And I'm just going to get a good amount there on my sponge. And I'm going to press this concealer in. Now, anywhere where you want to create lightness, you can use this powder. You're kind of highlighting your face with the lighter powder. I'm going to go down the nose slightly with the tip of my sponge. Then with my powder brush, which is F3, you're going to use a darker powder. I'm going to go in with Medium Plus and take that on my brush. And wherever I didn't apply that light powder is where I'm going to apply this one. And with the same brush, once you applied the main part of it, you can use it to dust off still take more product. You can also use it after to dust off any light powder that you applied. So I can go in here, dust off any extra powder that I have. So notice how I jump from F3 to F4. I did F4 first and then I went to F3. The reason why those two reverse is because I did a cream contour. Otherwise, it would be still in the same order, which would be foundation F1, concealer F2, powder F3. But because I did cream contour, I used this one. But we're going to go back into F4 again. So we're going to put that brush aside. And now we're going into F3, which is powder. So F1 foundation, F2 concealer, F3, which is face 3, powder. And then I powdered. And now we go into F4, the contour brush. And this is when I'm going to be using a powder contour. I'm using Hoola, my favorite. And we're going to contour. I like to squeeze the brush a little with my finger to contour the nose. You could also go back in and use either the highlight brush or the concealer brush to do it if you feel that gives you a more precise, if you're into like precise nose contouring. Contour the forehead and right here. And go back in with a little bit of the lighter powder right there. Again, it's so hard to do with hijab. Now we're going to apply our blush using our blush brush, which is F5. And all these brushes say it here. They say the number and they say what they're for. So this one says F5 blush. I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier in the color Rose. Apply a little bit of that. I'm not a huge fan of blush, to be honest. I've been trying to get into it a little bit more lately, but I don't know, for some reason I feel like it makes me look a little bit older. Not that I'm young, but yeah, you know what I mean. So apply a little bit of that blush. And then we're gonna highlight using F6, the highlight brush. And I'm going to be using my highlighter in Ofra and Everglow, which is this beautiful mix. I'm gonna mix more of like these colors here, or actually more of this one right over here. And again, I'm not huge on highlight either, so I'm gonna go really soft with that too. It's too much for me. A little bit here. Like if I can go with a face of powder and contour, I'm good. Right, let's dust a little bit of that off. Just for you guys, I'll do the tip of my nose, but again, right here, I don't mind it. Who wouldn't want a fuller lip, right? So now we're going to continue on the eyes and finish that up. What I like to do first is choose my lashes and apply the glue. I'm going to use these lashes. I got these on sale in Walmart and they're super natural. They're Demi Wispies from Salon Perfect. So let's just grab those. I'm not trying to put OD lashes. Like I'm not trying to do dramatic lashes. So here's a little trick that I like to do. I'm using the Kiss glue. It's my favorite. I like to apply a little bit on the band of the lashes, right? So a little bit on the band of the lashes. And then I apply a little amount on the base of my lashes here. And what that does is it creates almost like a magnet effect. So when I take those lashes that have glue and my lids have glue, it just automatically sticks. They're almost dry. And I'm using this little tool, which helps a lot. And I'm just gonna tilt my chin up a little so I can see where I'm applying these. And just sit them at the base. Push them down from each corner. And then use this little tool to pinch the falsies with your lashes. And there you go. You can push them up like that. With the E5, this is the detail brush, and use the brown and the green color that we used on the top, and tap off any excess so you don't have any fallout, and just go right under there. Very little amount of product on your brush. You're gonna go on your lower lash and just smoke that out using the brown. Just like that. And then you can go in with the green color on the inner part. Remember to tap it off because you don't want any fallout at this point, all right? I'm gonna add a little bit of this color there too. Remember, this is the color we started off with in that inner corner. So we can intensify that inner corner using the same color here. So I'm really gonna make that pop right there. See how that stands out? And I'm doing this using the detail brush. I can go in with some mascara. I'm gonna be using Roller Lash from Benefit Cosmetics. The reason I like to do my mascara afterwards is because I like my natural lashes to pull up the false lashes. And I want to focus most of it here on the outer portion. That's where I want most of my intensity to be. And then lower lashes. I love this mascara for the lower lashes. So after applying mascara, I want to show you guys what brushes I am left with. I am left with an eyeliner brush because we didn't do an eyeliner. But if we did do an eyeliner, this would be the perfect angle liner brush that you would use with any gel liner to create the perfect wing. And we have a lip brush. I can still use the lip brush. I created this lip brush for if you have lip palettes or if you're using your brushes on clients, then you can clean it in between. This kills 99.9% of bacteria. So you can like take your lipstick, take a little bit, put it on a palette, or you can just use it like that and just clean this with alcohol after. But you basically would take it like that. Oh, and the color we're using is from Too Faced, and the color is Undercover Layer. Take that like this and use the lip brush, which is L1. So we've used up all of the brushes from A to Z and did this complete look only using the Lejemalik brush set. Now I'm just gonna set using the JEFFREE Star Morphe setting spray. This is the same as the black one. It just has a strawberry scent because it's by JEFFREE Star. And this look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was simple and easy for you to recreate. One little step that I like to do when I'm done with my makeup is I have a very small beauty mark right in there. I like to use my Glossier pencil that I use for my brows because it's not so intense, and just go over it. It's super small, it barely shows, but I like it, so I just go back in and make it stand out. And the look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed it.